flawless victory.
Yeah, breathe. Look at the board. Too much movement out here.
Cut the excess.
Do nothing useless. Let's go. I see them running in circles, they sweating for nothing at all. I'm sitting perfectly still, I'm waiting to answer the call. I calculate every step, I calculate every breath. A wasted motion is fatal, a wasted motion is death. They talking just to be talking, I'm quiet and holding my space. I'm moving at my own tempo, I'm never just running a race. If it ain't bringing the value, I cut it right out of the frame. I trim the fat from the meat, I'm keeping control of the game. Precision in everything done, I'm moving like water and ice. I measure it 2 or 3 times, I never go pay for it twice. Eliminate all of the friction, eliminate all of the waste. The discipline keeping me grounded, the focus is never displaced.
Do nothing useless, keep the circle tight. Don't swing at shadows in the middle of the night. Every single action got a purpose and a soul. Save up all the energy and take the full control. Eliminate the wasted effort, clear it from the mind. Leave the empty movements and the foolishness behind.
Yeah.
I watch them rush into the fire, burning up the plan. I'm stepping back to analyze. I'm taking my own time. Why take 100 tiny steps when you can take just one? I see the ending of the battle before it has begun. I look at the schedule, I look at the plan. If it doesn't move the needle, I cancel the demand. The silence is a weapon, stillness is the shield. I only expend the energy to conquer on the field. Do nothing useless, keep the circle tight. Don't swing in shadows in the middle of the night. Every single action got a purpose and a soul. Save up all the energy and take the full control. Eliminate the wasted effort, clear it from the mind. Leave the empty movements and the foolishness behind.
They busy just trying to be busy, but busy don't mean you getting paid. I'm laying up under the radar, I'm perfectly still in the shade. I conserve the mental bandwidth, I'm saving the battery life. I'm cutting the drama and chaos right out of the air with a knife.
Intentional with the director, you make me for door.
I do nothing like only spend the momentum to finalize, conquer and seal.
Do nothing useless, keep the circle alive.
What is good, everyone? I am looking at my internet speed. Give me a second here. I don't know what's going on. Should be okay. It's so-so. We'll make do. We will make do. So today we have a fun, different type of show. We're not going to be working on the Speak Precisely app this weekend because I did a video yesterday, or recorded a video for Wednesday's software exploration on Antigravity 2, and I made this little web game for my son, and I was like, you know what? I want to keep working on it a little bit more today. Want to build it out a little bit to see how we can, keep playing around with Antigravity 2. So we're gonna be working on that today. And we have some good break time topics. We're going to talk about Google looking to release 32 million mosquitoes in Tampa, Florida, or around Florida to quote unquote combat viruses. We'll see. We're going to be talking about what type of jobs that AI is going to be quote unquote replacing. And we're going to be talking about this fully AI generated movie, which is making Hollywood terrified. So that is our game plan for today. Lock in. Let's have a great time. Before we jump into any of that, let's take care of a little bit of housekeeping. So thank you so much to all of the subscribers to the channel, helping us grow, allowing me to add value into your life. I just try to do whatever I can, find the latest technologies, how I'm using it, share that with you so that you can have a little bit of insight on how to move in this tech space so that you are not left behind. Because trust me, if you do not move, you will surely get left behind. All right. So that is the goal. We don't want to get left behind. I want every last one of you who are watching, who are subscribed to the channel to win. Shout out to my tech barbarians. We had an amazing vibe coding show yesterday. Such great conversations about testing AI strategies, questions about how AI is going to affect the workplace and how to work within a team environment. It was such an amazing session. So I am so happy to have all my tech barbarians who are able to meet up with us. We for Scrum Night, for our Vibe Coding Chills, working on these applications to get industry understanding and knowledge. We work so hard, and I am so proud of every last one of you. Shout out to my tech mercenaries, the YouTube channel members who allow this channel to go on day in and day out across the entire world. But to every last one of you, I appreciate you. We are the very best.
Be the best.
And of course, let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
Tomorrow we have Candid Conversations. I believe I'm going to be talking about a quote that I saw. I'm going to be reviewing a video. A quote I saw that Senator Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts, talking about AI should be taxed so it can help quote unquote people. I don't know exactly what that means. We're going to watch the video, get the full context, and then I'm going to react to the political solution to everything. Tax the hell out of everyone and everything. So that's going to be tomorrow's Candid Conversation. We're going to be back live on Tuesday night working on the Tech Barbarians coaching app for the mobile version. And then Wednesday, Antigravity. I'm going to be going over the Google I/O Antigravity keynote. And then we're going to, and then I'm going to show how I got started in Antigravity 2.0. The beginning of what we're going to be doing today, right? I'm just going to do a quick rundown of what we're doing today. And then Thursday, we're going to be back live again. Friday, the bug bite. So that is the upcoming agenda for the week. Looking forward to seeing you every step of the way because we have to win. There is no stopping us. There is no stopping us. All right, I'm going to check the chat really quick, and then we are going to get to our first. Oh, why is the internet so slow? My goodness. We're gonna get to work, right? But I'm just looking at my internet. It's terrible. Let me do something. Give me a sec. Give me a second here. Where's my phone? Let me pull out the Xfinity, I tell you. Xfinity, I tell you. Give me a second. Let me open up the Xfinity app to see what is going on here. Xfinity, because over here, it's telling me in a group. Let me fix that. Google, this one. You believe what it's telling me? It's telling me 21 megs per second. Let me see. Test internet connection. Let me see. What is it going to tell me? No outages detected. Testing the speed to your gateway. And I restarted the computer earlier today too, so I know it's not the computer. And it's going pretty fast on their end. Of course, right? When you go to their app, it's going to go super fast, but when we're trying to use it over here, it's like, oh, it's all crawling like molasses. What can you do? What can you do? Let's see. Another thing I'm waiting for, I don't know why Google, YouTube does this, right? They will say, "Oh, this is coming soon." They don't put a date on it, right? So like I've been waiting for this dual encode, oh, look at that. See? Looking at everything over here. Tells me I have 1100 down. So I don't know. But I've been waiting on this dual encode so that we can do our mobile streams and our regular streams simultaneously, but YouTube is taking forever and ever to get that working. So I don't know what's taking them so long. Anyways, let me check the chat real quick, and then we're going to get into our first working segment, which I'm going to show you what I built yesterday using Antigravity 2.0. Give you some highlights about anti-gravity, which we're going to cover in depth on Wednesday. But just so you can pick up the context of what we're doing, I don't anticipate using any code today. No code Sundays. This Sunday. All right. So in the building, we got my guy Junior Largy. See, I said it right. Carrie says it wrong. Rod Brown says it wrong. I say it right. Junior Largy in the building. What up, my guy Junior in the building?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
How are you doing today, Junior? Hopefully, I know everything is going amazing, but you know, I like to ask on Sundays. I'm not gonna ask you on Tuesday. I'm not gonna ask you on Thursday, but Sunday is the first day of the week. I have to ask, how is it going? How are you doing today, Junior? All right. Basically, what we're gonna get into today is we named it, or Antigravity named it, the Dino Dojo Academy, right? So let's go ahead and put up our first 20 and we'll talk about it.
It's time to do.
So basically, on and off with my son, about to be 4 years old in a few days, we've been talking about building a game. I am not a game designer. I am not a graphical person whatsoever. But we've been talking about building a game. He loves dinosaurs, loves Ankylosaurus, loves Stegosaurus, loves T-Rex. He knows, like, you'll show him a dinosaur, he'll know the name of it right away. All right. So I was looking into Unity. I did something last weekend on Unity, but it's a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work, especially even trying to use AI to do it, a lot of work. And then I was watching the Google Antigravity 2.0 keynote, and they were talking about how they built a full OS in about 12 hours, and the anti-gravity, like no coding, anti-gravity did it all by itself, going back and forth, testing it, all that good stuff. And I was like, well, I'm not going to try to spend 1,000 credits on building an OS, but maybe we could build the game. And it did a decent job at doing that, but yeah. So, but I did have him play it today, and he seemed to be having fun. So I was like, all right, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to try to build it out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what we have so far. We're going to try it out a little bit, and then we will go from there. So let's go to, let me pull it up. So this is what Antigravity created. All right. Very kid-like colors, I must say. And let me see. Where is that sound? Give me a second. There's an additional sound coming. Oh, this one right here. Okay, cool. So, this is it over here. And basically, when you it'll speak, because maybe a toddler doesn't know how to read at the time. So you click on listen.
I'm Dexter the Dino Tutor. Pick a button below to play and learn. Get 3 stars to open the dojo ticket for a dino play fight.
Right. So some things to be desired, right? The voice doesn't sound good. Another thing that he was playing it today. So when you click on this, right?
Which dinosaur has a big round club on its tail? Option 1. Ankylosaurus. Option 2. T-Rex. Option 3. Pterodactyl.
All right. So what happens with that is, the reading is off. It's kind of fast, and then this right here isn't even an ankylosaurus right here, right? But when I choose it,
That's correct. How did you figure that out? Option 1. I saw the picture of its tail club. Option 2. I remembered Dexter telling me. Option 3. I made a good guess.
all right. So, but then when you choose one,
Perfect thinking. I saw the picture of its tail club.
it's like he was playing it, but it's kind of weird, right? And then it closes instead of saying like, and then when I click it again,
Which dinosaur has a big round club on its tail? Option 1. Ankylosaurus. Option 2. T-Rex. Option 3. Pterodactyl.
and then so then it asks the same question again, right? So then when I click it,
Amazing. Perfect thinking. I saw the picture of its tail club. Is the T-Rex a meat-eater, carnivore, or a plant-eater, herbivore? Option
now-
1.
all right, that's
Meat-eater.
enough. All right, so it's like it's kind of clunky. He was playing it, but I see stuff that are kind of clunky with it, and I'm like, you know what? Let's make it a little bit better today. And I want to use anti-gravity. I don't want to do any code, so that I want you to see that any person could just write up in Antigravity 2.0 what they want to do and have it work that way. You don't need to be a sophisticated coder. And the reason is that, like something I mentioned in the video, is that you could have someone who's not very technical. You could have a homeschool mom who wants to learn more about tech herself, and also teach their child. And part of it could be like, oh, let me go ahead and create this little game with my kid, and you could do that different type of games every other day or whatever, right? Like that, right? So many options that are possible, and I just wanted to show that. But then as I'm watching, I'm like, oh well, you know what? There's some more stuff that we could do. All right, so let's go ahead and open up anti-gravity. And something that I outlined in anti-gravity is that, so they have in the video, is that there's two versions now. There's the fully agentic one and the IEC one the last few months. And one is fully agentic, so no code now. All right, now we're gonna get it open. I don't know what's going on with this stuff. This thing is struggling. All right, let's go here. So this is the new version of move these away. Annoying. So this is a new version of anti-gravity. This is anti-gravity 2.0, and as you can see, like they have you can open the IDE if you want to get back to the code view. But this is agentic now, like kind of like if you were using Gemini or ChatGPT, or just the regular version of Claude, not Claude Code, to be building your application, right? So I'm gonna go back and go to the one that I was working on yesterday. Is this the one? That's not the one from yesterday, is it? No, that's 3 months ago. Where's the one from yesterday? Where is the one from yesterday. There we go. Wait, no, that's not it. There goes one from yesterday. Dinosaur educational game. All right, so what I'm going to say is, so the first one we're going to fix, I want to fix, when you click on this.
Is the T-Rex a meat eater, carnivore, or a plant eater, herbivore? Option 1, meat eater. Super brain. How did you know the answer? Woohoo, you got 3 stars. The dojo arena is unlocked. Tap the golden ticket or the pink button to fight.
So if I open this one,
is the T-Rex a meat eater, carnivore?
It keeps asking me the same question 2 times. I don't like that. That annoys me. So we're going to say, when I click on one of the options under choose what to learn, it gives me the same question twice before proceeding to the next one. It also closes after I answer a question instead of going to the next one or next one. I think it's best to go to the next one and ask me if and allow me to close. I say, and allow me to close from the question myself. Let's start off with that. But the next thing I want to do is I want it to be a little bit more dynamic, where I can say, so I want to integrate AI into it, right? Where instead of having a hard-coded set of questions, because every time I go to it, it asks me the same question about the Ankylosaurus and then about the T-Rex. It's so predictable. I wanted to use AI, so we can probably get some open API key. So I wanted to use AI, and I want it to like, so that it's not the same question every single time. So we'll look into that next. I want a more realistic voice, and I want a more realistic dinosaurs. And then once we get into the dojo, I want a more realistic fight. The things right now are not very realistic, and that's the problem that I'm having with it. That's one of the problems I'm having with it. So let's get the gist of what it's doing. I will check the exact layout of the dialogues and target them for merging. And one of the things they said about Antigravity 2.0 is that it's supposed to be a lot faster because it's using Flash Gemini Flash 3.5. Let's see. I will view the CSS lines around section 6. I will now modify all right, we got that. I'll make changes to app.js. I will use the multi-replace file content tool. The question database, expanding it to 36 unique questions across 6 categories. See, that's only 36 questions. Like, see, and that's, it's not dynamic enough. I'm going to ask it. Let's run this command. But I'm going to ask it to, if we can incorporate like an open API key or OpenAI API key so that we can get the questions to be more dynamic. And something that was suggested about the voice was using like OpenAI's voice thing. And I was like, I don't want to spend the credit, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I should. So it made some changes. Let's see. When you open a category, you can now answer questions continuously, experience new slide animations, and close a dialogue whenever you're ready. So let's go ahead and try that real quick. And I just want to show you, like, so far we haven't done any code. We're just vibing it along. Let's see. Refresh, click. Uh-oh, nothing's happening.
Which dinosaur has super tiny arms and a loud roar? Option 1, T-Rex. Option 2, Triceratops. Option 3. Ankylosaurus.
Let's say T-Rex.
Amazing. How did you solve it? Option 1. I remembered its small arms. Option 2. I know the T-Rex roar. Option 3. I guessed. Which dinosaur has a big round club on its tail? Option 1. Ankylosaurus.
I don't know why
Option
it's
2.
showing this
T-Rex.
dinosaur.
Option 3. Pterodactyl. That's correct. How is the Ankylosaurus a plant eater, herbivore, or a meat eater, carnivore? Option 1. Plant. That's correct. How did you figure? Is the T-Rex a meat eater, carnivore, or a plant? That's correct. How did? Which of these is not a real dinosaur, but is a flying reptile? Option 1. Pterodactyl. Option 2. T-Rex. That's correct. How does the awesome job. You earned enough stars to unlock a new helper dinosaur, Triceratops.
Interesting. Okay, so that's better. Then we can close that, and then we can go to other stuff.
Let's count. How many dinosaur eggs do you see? Egg, egg, egg. Option 1 to 3 eggs. Option 2 to 1 egg.
All right, so let's go to. So that part is better, and I don't want to write any code. I don't even want to look at the I don't want to look at the what do you call them? Browser tools, the dev console, the Chrome dev tools, right? I just want to do it straight through using this. Let's say the next thing that we could do is when you how can we get some more realistic images of the dinosaurs and associate the real dinosaurs when going through the dino facts and let's just stop with that. So we're not doing any code. We're not doing any code, and we are not doing any code, and we're doing it through Antigravity 2.0, not the Antigravity IDE. So it automatically generated the image with so it's automatically generating images using Nano Banana. So that's interesting. And I'm like truly exploring here because like I did not know what it was going to do. So I will use image generation tool to create a highly detailed, realistic yet child-friendly illustration of a T-Rex. We can save these images in our project directory and load them dynamically during the Dino Facts quiz. Let's generate a T-Rex and loot. All right. Now it's doing the Ankylosaurus, the Triceratops. That is interesting. I was not really expecting this part to happen. So we're learning about. It's good. It's good. I'm just thinking about it in my mind. That's all. Like as we're going through it, I'm just thinking about how I like it, how I feel about it. That is kid friendly though. I'll tell you that. All right, so now let's say yes, do that. Copy the files in there. And I'm pretty sure when they were working on that OS, they just said auto accept everything. I will view the styles to locate where to append the new visual style for our realistic dinosaurs. All right, so it looks like they're adding it to the game, and I think from there, we want the fight. We'll go into the dojo and I'll show you how the dojo looks. We're gonna want the fight to be a little bit more realistic as well. All right. It's still working. And we haven't touched any code yet. We're just prompting. And that's why I always say learning how to prompt is so important. I saw a video that said most prompts consist of the average prompt consists of nine words, which is egregious. It is abysmal. All right. So before we look at the images, let's go ahead and jump into this is how the fight dojo looks, right? Very weird, very boring.
Welcome to the Dino Dojo. Select your Dino challenger, then tap Let's Fight. You chose Triceratops. The battle has started. Choose a cool move for your dinosaur. Triceratops does horn T-Rex does happy wiggle.
See, it's kind of weird.
Triceratops does frill. T-Rex does mega stomp.
So let's finish this off so you can see how this looks all in one sitting.
Triceratops does stomp. T-Rex does loud roar.
And then you do this.
T-Rex does awesome. T-Rex wins the Dojo Dance Challenge. What a great helper.
See, the game doesn't make any sense, right? It's so weird. So we're going to work on that once we get back from break to make that a little bit more exciting, a little bit more captivating for the kids, because it makes no sense. And not too realistic. So we're going to see what we can do with that. And we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and let's go to our first break. All right, there we go. Let me go and see if there's anything in the chat. See what we got in the chat. And then we're going to get into our first break for today. Junior says, in his Jesse Lita Peterson voice, amazing. I'm muted. I am? When? I'm muted. Rod Brown says, just drown already.
How dare you?
And Rod Brown says, Dino Pokemon? So basically what happened was I was reviewing Antigravity 2.0 yesterday, and the prompt that I used was creating the dinosaur educational game for my kid. And that's what it came up with. And I was like, you know what? Let's try to, and he was playing it today and I was seeing how he was using it. He seemed to like it. So I said, let me fix some stuff that I didn't like with it. So that's what we're doing today. Cool. All right. So let's go into our, I don't even know when I was muted, but whatever. It says, no, you weren't muted. My bad. I had to restart. Oh, okay. So why did Rod Brown say I was muted? Now I'm confused. All right, let's go and get into our first. Says, nah, you weren't muted. I was. yeah, y'all are wrong for that.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Y'all got me, y'all know how, I'm sensitive about my mute. I'm sensitive about my mute. All right, so I was like, what's going on here? All right. Let's go and get into our first break time topic. So, jobs that AI is going to replace, allegedly. Allegedly. Let's go ahead and jump into this one.
The AI revolution appears unstoppable, with the billionaires driving it still talking up a new world of promise. While for most people, it's mostly stirring anxieties about their jobs.
So which jobs are most in danger, and what industries are going to survive and even thrive potentially in the age of artificial intelligence? Our reporter, Rory Campbell, has gone straight to the source of all knowledge, interrogating AI itself.
The types of jobs that are safe are the sorts of things where you're using your hands or you're interacting with people.
The sorts of jobs that are at risk from AI are the sorts of jobs that can be automated, particularly around clerical roles.
Artificial intelligence is transforming our world fast. Delivery drivers are being replaced by robots. They're not in Australia yet, but they're rolling through US neighbourhoods. The daily chores could soon be a thing of the past. One of these costs $28,000 and they're scheduled to be shipping in the US sometime this year.
Your Neo comes with Redwood AI, enabling it to do basic household tasks autonomously.
Not everyone welcomes our automated workforce.
That's right. No, yeah, back up. Don't you dare say hello. Remember, it's humans first, then dogs, then robots.
And it hasn't always been a smashing success. There's been a few bumps in the road caused by, well, bumps in the road. Many are predicting major challenges.
So I think that people tend to confuse AI and automation. AI is not automation. AI is just artificial intelligence. And the thing is with what they are, like, tasks that can be automated. I've been automating tasks for over 15 years now, right? There's always been automation, and I remember when I was in QA and I got into automation, like writing automation code to test our applications, and the big fear was that, and if you look, if you search hard enough online on YouTube and on LinkedIn and everything like that, they will tell you that, automation is going to automation testing is going to replace manual testing, right? And there are still plenty of people who do manual testing. Now, are there manual only testers? Probably not. But the expectation is that there's going to be QA engineers who can do automation testing when necessary and manual testing when necessary. But the goal is to get as much automated as possible. The problem when talking about AI is no one truly understands what it is. So roles that quote unquote could be automated, the way that I see it, most companies aren't going to replace particular roles with AI. They're going to have people who are going to be managing that AI workflow. So a CEO, if they have a receptionist, they're not just going to replace the receptionist and not have to manage the receptionist bot. They're going to have somebody who is skilled at being a receptionist and other stuff, and then they're going to be managing the whole receptionist workflow and anything else. So there's going to be AI managers in place for managing the front desk, managing like call routing and stuff like that. If a small business never planned on getting a receptionist, they might end up getting AI to be their receptionist, but a big company is not going to be replacing their receptionist with a and just like somebody's gonna, like the CEO is going to do it themselves. Whatever department is going to be in charge of that, they're still going to be in charge of managing those systems. That's the way that I see it happening.
Challenges with the AI revolution.
Artificial intelligence needs to be disarmed.
Within 5 years, we could be facing 15% unemployment in Australia.
Government departments are running modelling to work out what's coming next. A report found the jobs likely to be slashed the most by 2050 are general admin staff, receptionists, accounting bookkeepers, sales, marketing and PR, and business and systems analysts. The safest are cleaners, nurses and midwives, business administration managers, construction and mining labourers, and hospitality staff. Is this already happening, or how fast is this change going to take hold on those jobs that are vulnerable?
It is happening. So it's not happening in the way that we expect. There aren't that many mass sackings or mass retrenchments yet, but companies are slower to hire, especially entry-level workers. So the unemployment rate for recent graduates for white-collar jobs has already started to go up.
In the past, ChatGPT boss Sam Altman predicted mass-scale axings. This week, he declared those predictions were wrong.
I think the change will be gradual at first.
And here's a problem with these AI company leaders making these quote unquote predictions. They don't know, like Sam Altman, Dario Modi, they're new to the game, and they're running AI companies, but they don't know all the intricate details on how all these other companies work, and how what they miss to understand is that their AI chatbots that they've built are not subject matter experts. They're able to learn a lot of data, but they're not experts in that field and know how the customer is, how the customer thinks. And to be quite frank, all of these AI tools, they get it wrong a lot. They get it wrong a lot. So that's why I never bought into when Dario Modi's like, oh, in 6 to 12 months, there's not going to be any need for software engineers. I'm like, all right, you build art, your company builds artificial intelligence, and a lot of companies are consuming it, but you don't know all the details of all the industries. It's impossible for you to know how the healthcare industry works, how the financial industry works, how the financial, healthcare, what's the other one I was thinking about? Legal industry. All these regulated industries, sports industry. You don't know how everything works. Education industry. So for you to make a bold prediction that, oh, it's gonna, like, we're not gonna need any software engineers because of AI, to me that's fear mongering and a marketing ploy. Right, and then you have Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren running around talking about we need to tax AI and having conversations with Claude. I'm like, give me a break here. From my understanding, Claude can't even talk, so I don't know. So it's a bad prediction, right? But in what they're mentioning, I do think that people need to have some insight on where to focus their attention on. You know, because as from what I've seen and what I see that a lot of companies are saying, like regular companies, that AI is a force multiplier. It's actually going to give you more work to do as opposed to less work to do.
First, because it's still there's still a lot of unknowns. There's still a lot of caution around AI. So I don't think there'll be massive changes in 6 to 12 months, but I'd say by 5 to 10 years, we'll definitely be noticing quite a difference.
So what can you do to prepare?
I think it is really valuable to learn how to use these models, both to improve your own skills, fill in the gaps, but also because this is where a bunch of the economy might be in the future.
Employment in some occupations will definitely be lower, but we'll have a larger economy and that creates jobs.
Maybe
exactly.
AI
There's going to be new jobs.
Answer.
I'm here and ready to help. What's on your mind today?
I'm wondering what sort of jobs are most at risk from artificial intelligence in Australia?
In Australia, jobs most at risk from AI include clerical, administrative, and data entry roles, customer service and call center staff, retail sales assistants, and bookkeeping support.
Is artificial intelligence actively looking to replace humans in jobs?
No, AI isn't out there plotting to replace anyone. It's a tool developed by people and businesses to solve problems or improve efficiency.
What one job should I pick to make sure I'm safe from AI?
If I had to pick just one, I'd say something in nursing or a similar healthcare role. It's very human-centered.
It's almost like it has a heart.
Rory Campbell there. And as it happens, Australia's largest private survey of workforce trends has just landed this afternoon. It's put out by the multinational recruitment firm Hays, and its Asia Pacific CEO Matthew Dickerson joins us now. Matthew, thank you very much for being with us. Are you already seeing AI shift the jobs market, like how it is affected?
Gradually, and I think Sam Altman said it earlier in the week at the CBA conference, that the change isn't happening as fast as people thought it would be, and we're only seeing it gradually in some roles. It's including AI, but people are increasingly looking for critical thinking, problem-solving, human capability in the roles that they're sourcing for.
So,
did I not say that just the other day? That with the birth of AI, the type of people that they're going to be looking for are people who can actually use their brain and direct AI. And the more you understand, one of the examples yesterday from Vibe Code and Chill is if you were to give me a creative type request, you know, creating like some type of graphical type thing, thumbnail type thing, and you give me the same task, and you give Rod Brown the same task. 10 times out of 10, his is going to be a lot better than mine because he is a front end designer, very well versed in Photoshop and design elements. Like when he'll send me his thumbnail samples, he has his little lines on there to like, okay, this is gonna show up here, and mine will be like, create me a thumbnail that looks like this. So his is gonna come out better because he is a subject matter expert. I am just a good enougher. That's what I call I'm a good enougher, right? But if you ask me to get into some code and some like backend type stuff and testing and functionality, then 5 out of 10 times I'm gonna beat Rod Brown, right? 5 out of 10 times. I'm being humble. I am the most humble person I know. All right.
We keep hearing that knowledge jobs like law and accountancy will be the hardest hit, but your survey today says people in those fields actually have the highest expectations of pay rises over the next 12 months. How do you square that up?
They're still in high demand and there isn't great supply for them in the marketplace. So their skills are in demand. Also, you've got to think about it. They're ultimately accountable for signing off on whatever the decision is. AI isn't making the decision. They're helping you make a better decision, but it's not signing it off. And so that demand still remains within the marketplace because they're critically thinking about what the answer to the problem is.
Academic Carly Moore-Gilbert wrote a piece this week questioning whether or not there was merit remaining for university as a higher education in whatever fields do survive AI. Do you think that there is? I mean, are we going to have a time where they may not necessarily degrees, that kind of education isn't needed?
I think there still is a need for university education. I think there's a need for education because AI can produce slop, and you need to know when it's telling you something that's incorrect. And so the critical thinking and understanding from an educational perspective of knowing what's right and what's wrong, what questions you need to ask to actually get the best out of it is going to set you apart versus those people that go, oh, I don't need an education, I'll just rely on AI. They're going to...
And here's the thing, when you have someone who actually, like, I don't know who this person is, but his breakdown and his explanation of actually doing research and seeing, like, understanding the slop and understanding who's accountable for the output of AI, that makes sense. But a lot of people, these senators, these politicians, they just say things to rile up the emotions of people, and then people end up having a negative connotation instead of using it as a tool, just like you use a drill, just like you use a nail gun, just like you use a hammer. They don't understand the context of tools.
Rely on slop.
Now, your survey also shows that more than 80% of employers say they can't find the staff, the skills that they're looking for, and yet nearly half of the working population, their wages in real terms are going backwards.
Yes.
How do you square those two things up?
I think what we're seeing, you and I, we look at wage rates and we think, oh, it's gone up on average this, but actually it's become way more targeted and specific and targeted on pay, targeted on progression, targeted on how AI is going to enable people to be better. And so what we're seeing employers do is they're focusing on the areas where there's skill shortages and they're deploying their capital in those areas to raise wage rates. And that's why 2 out of 5 people actually saw their wages going quite far back in the last year.
Sure have. All right, Matthew Dickerson, thanks very much for breaking that down for us.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense because they're like, these companies, like, you know what? We're not just going to be paying and giving raises just to give them. You have to earn it. And 2 out of 5 seeing it go back, because maybe like it's like those roles, they aren't adding the equivalent value for a pay increase. But they're like, all right, who is going to conquer the field? There's not enough proficient people in AI. And why is that? Is because when AI was first introduced, everyone had this negative connotation to it and not knowing the power that it has. And then now you have these college students who could be prime time targets for these companies to hire to build out the AI infrastructure. They're protesting it and they are losing.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about that? Do you believe the job that you are in is AI safe and AI proof, or is it going to make your job skills obsolete? Obsolete? Whatever. Is AI going to kick you out of your job? That's the question. Is AI going to kick you out of your job? What do you think is going to happen? Drop me a comment below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live, and drop new content as well. Check us out at techcoachralph.dev. Join us for our vibe coding chills. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, the Speak Precisely app, and of course, Resume Flow, so that you can take care of all those things and AI does not have to eliminate you. All right? Over at techcoachralph.dev. All right, let's go ahead and check the chat really quick, and then we will jump into our next working segment. My Junior says they are. Max says Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
And yes, Rod Brown, my internet is not allowing me to be great today. But that's why we have clips. We are going to clip them up and they should be just fine and dandy at that point. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our next session for today. Put up another 20.
Let's go! Let's go!
So we saw how the boring fight was, right? So now I want to try to see if we can get a more exciting fight, more exciting, more graphical friendly. So let's say the fight dojo is extremely boring. How can we make it more exciting where the dinosaurs are more realistic and they actually fight each other kind of like a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat style to really excite the kids after getting the questions right? So basically the way that this works, they answer 3 questions right and they get to go into the dojo, right? But if the dojo is boring, then why the hell would they want to go to it, right? So if the fight is boring, why would they want to use it? We need it to be exciting and captivating so they don't quit the game because the dojo sucks. So there we go, right? All right. Let's see. So I said so it's boring. I have updated the implementation plan to redesign the Dino Dojo into an arcade-style Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat dinosaur fight game. Arcade HD dual health bars at the top of the battle arena that drains and change color as the dinosaurs take damage. Realistic combatants using high-quality realistic dinosaur illustrations directly in the fighting arena. Physical attacks. Dinosaurs dash across the screen, leaping and spinning to to strike vibrant VFX, floating damage text like negative 25 HP, expanding hit sparks, full screen shakes, and red damage alerts, announcer callouts, giant flashing overlays, ready fight at the start, and a slow motion KO banner at the finish. Audio overhaul, powering up the web audio API, sound synthesizer for heavier, punchier impacts and crashes. Please review the implementation plan. All right, let's take a look at the implementation plan, all right? So the implementation plan, address user feedback, already got that. We read all of that. Proposed changes, styling keyframe enhancements, fighting engine logic, update Dojo Arena state to try, already got that. How do they fight though? That's my question. Determine coordinate positions of both fighters to calculate contact points, trigger forward dash and jump animations depending on the move action. I think that's good, but I think the plan is good, but how will the child control the fighting? They should be able to use the keyboard or the mouse to make their dinosaur fight, so that they can be engaged. Having it go back and forth to click on a move is not fun whatsoever. All right, let's see. I will update the implementation plan to design a real-time 2D dinosaur fight game with direct controls. The updated plan controls arrow keys or WASD to move up, jump, and block, and spacebar to attack. On-screen arcade controller, large colorful buttons at the bottom of the screen. Real-time physics and collision loops. All AI behavior. The opponent dinosaur will dynamically walk towards the player, jump, attack, and block in real time. Blocking shield VFX. Please. All right. AI opponent decision. Run a slow ticker every 500 for the AI every 500 milliseconds for the AI dinosaur. Calculate distance to player. If far, walk towards player. If close, randomly choose an attack. That's pretty cool. Game end KO when a fighter's health reaches 0. Stop the physics loop. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. See what we can come up with. But my thought behind this though is that the game, so the answer they get 3 right, and they get to go fight, right? And now if the dojo is exciting and fun, then they want to answer some more questions, and they want to come back to it and go back to it over and over and over again. The next thing that we want to do is we want to figure out the voice thing. So in the video that you're going to see on Wednesday, I chose like the web voice, but the problem with the web voice is it kind of reads everything, and we did have the 3 options that we had was use like a more synthesized voice that comes with the operating system. It was get get a script and generate the voices from that, or use AI for the voices. And the AI is the best option, but it's also expensive and you need internet access to do that. So I don't know which one to do. I'm not sure. Because the way the voice is now is terrible. I don't know if there's anything you could do to make it better. I don't know. All right, so let's say we say yes. I think it's not going to be good because it's already running. I'm going to say no. And I'm going to start over myself. So let's go to here. Let me find. So this is running a Python server in the background. I just got to find the right one. So it's this one, right? So if I go to here and I say run it again. So now it's running. I'm going to go back to over here and I'm going to refresh. And here we are. Let's go.
Which dinosaur has a big round club on its tail? Option 1, Ankylosaurus. Option 2, T-Rex. Option 3, Pterodactyl.
That is a lot better having this. So this is a true Ankylosaurus.
That's correct. How did you figure that out? Which dinosaur has super tiny arms? Super brain. Is the T-Rex a meat eater? Super brain. How did you know Is the Ankylosaurus a plant eater, herbivore? That's correct. Which of these is not a real dinosaur? Amazing. How did you solve it? How does awesome job. You earned enough stars to unlock a new helper dinosaur, Triceratops.
All right, so now let's go to the dojo. Let's see how that looks.
Welcome to the Dino Dojo. Select your Dino Challenger, then tap Let's Fight. You chose Ankylosaurus. Fight. Go get them.
This is so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Attack. 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 Attack.
Sensational. T-Rex wins the arena combat. What an epic champion.
That was fun. I wish the pictures are kind of bad, right? The way that they did it, but that was pretty exciting to be honest. It's not a Street Fighter, of course, but that was pretty cool. I have to say that was pretty cool. Another issue that I have though, we answered like 5 questions and we should have backup tickets, right? So let's go ahead and a few things we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and say, I answered about 5 questions and went into the dojo. Well, that's it. About 5 questions, which should give me 5 tickets. Then I went to the dojo. Then I went into the dojo. And I am back to no tickets and having to answer 3 questions again before I can go into the dojo. There should be some type of inventory so that if I answer 6 questions straight, I could go into the dojo 2 times. Twice. Also, when answering the questions, also, how can we get not just an image of the dinosaurs when fighting in the dojo, but have actual dinosaurs that can move to attack, such as the Ankylosaurus swinging its tail to attack, and the T-Rex biting or biting or using its short arms to attack. So that is part of our goal. All right, so dojo ticket inventory. Layered SVG dino attack actions. I will replace the static images in the battle arena with our detailed inline SVGs. Are the layered SVG dino attack actions realistic images of the dinosaurs? See, and this is like, while I like these tools and I like these tools, I don't necessarily believe the hype that they say when they sell it, because so in the Google keynote they said that, oh, they just put Antigravity 2.0 to work for 12 hours and this feels like what we're doing here feels like it's a much easier task in building a whole operating system, and I kind of feel like it's struggle AIing. Is that a word? It's struggle AIing? No. So which approach would you like for the realistic dinosaurs in the fight dojo? Recommended Paper Mario Retro Smash style. Keep high quality realistic PNG images as a flat fighter, but animate their actions with physical translations. Lunge, jump, rotate, spin. High detail layered SVG. We redesigned the dojo vector SVG to look more realistic and adding detailed skin scales, advanced lighting gradients, 3D shadows, and textures. Since they are built-in code, we can animate their jaws biting until I like the high detailed layered SVGs. I'm not a fan of the realistic PNG images as flat fighters. I'm gonna go with this one. I want the max. I want the max, all right? Forgot to switch screens. Replace file content to include persistent ticket inventory. All right, got that. I will check the exact inside. Am I asking for too much? Do you guys think I'm asking for too much? That I would expect the new and improved Antigravity 2.0 to be able to do this whole thing for me, right? So I know Unity, they introduced AI into their application, but it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. Let's see. I will update the game state manager inside using app.js to replace file content. Verifying the child ticket. All right. I'm curious to see how it's going to look. And I'm curious to see if it's going to have our ticket inventory. So if we answer 6, we get to fight 2 times. No tickets, no dojo tickets fumbled, all right? No dojo tickets fumbled. How is the realistic, let me see. All right, let's see what's going on. Are the layered SVG dino attacks realistic images of the dinosaurs? No. The layered SVGs used inside dino combat arena are stylized, child-friendly vector illustrations rather than realistic. Why are the dojo actions instead of realistic? Interactive limb automations in order to make the dino actually fight. I gotta see it. I just don't want it to look crappy, that's all. The Dino Lab utilized high quality, realistic photographic illustrations, the quiz cards, the victory screen. We'll see. I don't know. We might have to go back and forth on this. Because I don't know how I feel about that. Because I want a little bit more realistic. All right, let's try it again. So let's go to here.
Which dinosaur has super tiny? That's correct. Which dinosaur super is the T-Rex? Amazing. Is the Ankylosaurus
Every
a
single
plant
one of them
eater?
is the first.
Amazing. How did you solve it? Option 1. Which of these is
Okay, that's
amazing? Awesome
That's
job.
annoying.
You earned enough.
Let's go and get another ticket.
Let's count. Super brain. How did you know the answer? Option 1. I point. How many friendly dinosaurs? Super brain. How did you know? Which shape look?
All right, you got 2 tickets. Let's go to fight.
Welcome to the Dino Dojo. Select your Dino. You chose Ankylosaurus.
What
Fight.
the heck
Go
is
get
that?
them.
Right. Nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. Okay. All right, that's not working at all. And when I move the mouse, it is being controlled. Like, it's controlling the background and not this thing. All right, some more things to fix, but that is hideous. That is absolutely hideous. Oh my god, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for Antigravity. The dojo is now hideous. It looks like some stick-drawn figures of the dinosaurs.
Lunch break.
The controls aren't working. The controls aren't working. Like, do you guys really believe that Google built a whole OS in 12 hours on its own? Like, they said, Antigravity, build me an OS, and it did it on its own. Wow, we can't get this basic game to work. The controls aren't working. When I move the mouse, the background page, not in the modal, moves. The arrows don't control anything. It's just bad all around. It's just bad all around. As a child, I'd hate using this application. Can you make it better and the Dino fighters more realistic? All right, let's go with that. And we are going to go to break while it's doing that. All right. So I have the prompt in here, getting that fixed up. This is crazy. Let's go to break. Ah, shoot. All right, let me check the chat and then we're going to get into our next break for today. Let me see. Rod Brown said that the game is funny. It is quite funny. I'm trying to make it better, but I don't know. I might just have to stick to Unity. And says, I think it took information from other places to build the OS. I don't know. It's like they said that they built an OS. Like, they told Antigravity 2.0 to build an OS, all agentic, and it went out and did that in 12 hours. I'm like, in like 15 minutes, it's messing up on this game. Like, what? It looks like a rat and a some other type of rat. I don't know. That's weird. So whatever. We'll see what happens. You know, but that's what we do here. We try out different software and we run it up. So maybe Antigravity 2.0 just hates kids.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
All right, let's go ahead and get into this next topic for today. Well, Google wants to release 32 million mosquitoes in the state of Florida, like we don't have enough already. Let's get into that one.
Google is best known for search engines and smartphones, so you might wonder why the company is proposing to release millions of bioengineered mosquitoes in Florida. It is part of an effort to reduce the spread of dangerous diseases like West Nile virus. 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Eric Glasser explains the science behind this idea and why the tech giant is involved.
Well, it may sound unusual, but Google has filed an application with the EPA seeking approval to release up to 32 million specially treated mosquitoes in Florida and California over the next 2 years. The proposal is part of Google's Debug initiative, a project launched more than a decade ago to find new ways to control mosquitoes, which spread diseases, making them the deadliest animal on the planet.
Mosquitoes are the #1 cause of death of humans. I mean, why not? We'll help the human race.
The mosquitoes would be bioengineered. In fact,
did y'all ever hear that? Is that true? Mosquitoes are the #1 cause of death in the human race? What? I'm gonna look that up.
Infected intentionally with a naturally occurring bacteria called Wolbachia. Scientists say when the sterilized male mosquitoes then mate with wild females, the eggs don't hatch.
That can cause a dip in the population. And I'm sure that the places that are trying this now, that's what they're looking for.
And because only female mosquitoes bite people, experts say the release would not increase the number of biting mosquitoes. So what do folks think about this massive mosquito release?
I think it's interesting. I'm not sure about whether I want it in my backyard because there could be a lot of things that go wrong.
Yeah, when you make a commitment like that, you really can't step back from it. If it's proven to work and it's going to keep them from breeding more, I guess it could work.
Google says it plans to use artificial intelligence and robotic systems to help breed and sort the mosquitoes on a scale large enough to make the strategy effective. Mosquito officials in the Florida Keys say they've already seen success using similar Wolbachia-treated mosquitoes there.
It was promising enough last season that we wanted to look at it some more, and so that's what we're doing this season.
The EPA is now reviewing Google's application with a public comment period.
So, what do you think about this, though? Drop me a comment below. What do you think about Google, in this case, releasing specially treated mosquitoes to fight other mosquitoes? Allegedly, they're trying to help us humans not get bit by deadly mosquitoes. And to fact check the lady, it says, yes, mosquitoes are the world's deadliest animals, causing over 700,000 to 1 million human deaths every year. They kill more people than any other creature, including humans, largely because they act as vectors for devastating parasitic and viral illnesses. Oh my God. These insects transmit the pathogens that cause the following conditions: malaria, so you get mosquitoes from malaria, the deadliest mosquito-borne disease transmitted by the Anopheles mosquito, responsible for over 600,000 deaths annually, predominantly in young children. Dengue, or dung, a rapidly growing global threat that infects millions and causes tens of thousands of deaths each year. I think they have that one in Haiti. And other viruses, including West Nile, Zika, or maybe Zika is the one in Haiti, maybe both, yellow fever, and chikungunya, that one's definitely in Haiti, which can cause severe neurological complications or hemorrhagic, whatever, fevers, hemo fevers, all right? Let's call it hemo fevers. So I guess she was right. She was right at the end of the day, all right?
It opened through June 5th before regulators decide whether to approve it. No word yet on where or when the mosquito release would occur. In Tampa, Eric Glasser, 10 Tampa Bay News.
Researchers say the latest proposal targets Culex mosquitoes. That's a species known for spreading West Nile virus and St. Louis encephalitis. According to the CDC, West Nile is now the leading mosquito-borne disease here in the U.S.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about Google releasing mosquitoes in the state of Florida and in the state of California I think they wanted to release about 32 million mosquitoes. I think that's what they said in the video. And it's supposed to help us to fight off, so details, male mosquitoes released. So the male mosquitoes do not bite humans. They only get it on with the female mosquitoes. Get a room, please. Get on with the female mosquitoes. And the female mosquitoes are the ones that bite humans. I had no idea. You know what? I've never really looked into mosquitoes that much. As much like they're deadliest animals. I didn't know that only the females bite us humans. They have some nerve.
How dare you?
And that the men, they're pretty chill. They just, get it on with the women, and then the women go and take their anger off on us, What can you say? What can you do? So I'm just curious. I don't know how let me see if there's any additional details we can find out about this, right? Let's go to Gemini real quick. Can you elaborate on Google's proposal to release mosquitoes in Florida and California to combat the deadly disease? Make this a little YouTube friendly, right? Can you elaborate on Google's to release 32 million male mosquitoes in Florida and California to combat the deadly disease that the female? Are we allowed to say female on YouTube? I remember I heard the other day that female is not. You shouldn't call women female. So I'm not entirely sure. So that the female mosquitoes, that the female mosquitoes kill humans with. Is that a Junior had asked the question, what happens when the male mosquito infects the female and the female bites the humans? Will the human be infected? That's a great question. So let me find out. Let's find out. Copy text. I'm on a live stream and my friend Junior asked in the chat, all right, so let's see what Google tells us about this proposal, or what Gemini tells us about Google's proposal to kill the female mosquitoes. Let's see what it says. What project? I'm not Junior. I'm not Junior. That's number one. I am not Junior. That is completely logical concern when you hear the words infected mosquitoes being released by the millions, but the short answer is no. Humans will not be infected, allegedly, right? Allegedly, because 2 weeks to stop the spread. Remember, 2 weeks to stop the spread ended up being 2 years to stop the spread, which never stopped. Why the infection stops at the mosquito? There are two major biological roadblocks that prevent this from harming humans. Male mosquitoes do not bite, but that was not Junior's question. He said, what happens when the male mosquito gets it on with the female mosquito, and then the female mosquito gets it on with the human? That sounds disgusting. But it says the 32 million mosquitoes being proposed for release by Google's subsidiary Verily under a project named Debug are 100% male. Only female mosquito. How did they get the mosquitoes? Isn't that a fair question? How did they capture 32 million male mosquitoes? Do you wonder? Like, how do you go mosquito hunting? Only female mosquitoes bite humans because they need the protein in our blood to develop their egg. Oh my, you know what?
How dare you?
You are using our blood, human blood, for our protein to develop your eggs of mosquitoes that are just going to end up biting us anyways. Males exclusively feed on flower nectar. The bacteria physically cannot infect humans. The infection these males carry is a naturally occurring bacteria called Wolbachia, or is it Wolbachia? I don't know. It is an insect-specific bacteria that already exists in about 50% of all insect species worldwide. Even if a mosquito carrying Wolbachia somehow bites you, the bacteria is simply too large to pass through the mosquito's salivary ducts. It cannot survive in humans or any other mammal. Fair point. How Goose Debug Project works. Instead of using chemical pesticides, this is a form of biological birth control. Birth control for mosquitoes? The goal is to crash the population of specific mosquitoes, specific species like Aedes aegypti and Culex. All right, I'm not even gonna try. That carry deadly disease like dengue, Zika, and West Nile virus. The setup. Scientists take male mosquitoes and infect them with Wolbachia. They release millions of these modified males are released into the wild in places like Florida and California. The trap, these males seek out wild female mosquitoes to mate with. They get it on. It says the crash, because the males have Wolbachia and the wild female does not, the mating is biologically incompatible. The female will still lay her eggs, but the eggs will never hatch. Oof. Talk about tying their tubes without their permission. My goodness, this is so wrong. This is so wrong.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Because these males are doing all the work of finding the females, it is incredibly efficient. So the males are the hunters. Over a few generations, the local mosquito population plummets, taking the risk of disease transmission down with it, all without adding a single biting mosquito to the air. Random question. Okay, so first of all, I am not Junior. Junior is watching the live stream and asked that question. I am Tech Coach Ralph. Please say the tech. One more random question. How did scientists capture 32 million mosquitoes? Asking for a friend, all right? When you hear things that don't make sense, you have to question it. You just have to question it, okay? My apologies, Coach Ralph. Tell Junior we got him covered, but you are running the show here. To answer your question, they didn't have scientists running around the swamps with tiny butterfly nets. They didn't catch 32 million mosquitoes. They manufactured. They did what? So these are fake mosquitoes? These are AI mosquitoes? What? Bruh. Mosquitoes built in a lab. Verily, essentially built a high-tech automated mosquito factory. Instead of catching wild ones, they breed them as an industrial scale using robotics and artificial intelligence. How the factory line works, the mosquito assembly line. So this is how they build mosquitoes. The starter colony, they start with a master colony of mosquitoes that are already infected with the Wolbachia bacteria. They let these mosquitoes mate and lay millions of eggs in controlled trays. Automated rearing, robots handle the grunt work. Automated systems feed the growing larvae a highly calibrated diet, usually a mix of fish food and other nutrients. They regulate the water temperature so they grow at the same exact they grow at the exact same rate. AI storing sieve. This is the most crucial part. Remember, they can only release males. If they accidentally release females, they are just adding more biting, disease-carrying bugs to the wild. Because male mosquitoes are slightly smaller than females, when they are in the pupal cocoon stage, Verily uses custom optical sensors and computer visions to scan and sort the mosquitoes by size with incredible precision. They release vans says the sorting males are loaded into specially designed vans with automated release mechanisms. As the van drives through a neighborhood, and an algorithm calculates exactly how many mosquitoes to blow out of a tube based on the area's population density. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, is that cruelty to mosquitoes though? I'm just curious. Asking for a friend, asking for Rod Brown. Is that cruelty to mosquitoes? It's a completely fair question to ask when we're talking about mass producing and manipulating millions of living things. From a biological and ethical standpoint, the scientific consensus is no, it is not cruelty. What if it was a dog? What if it was a dog or a cat or a badger? Justice for mosquitoes. Justice for mosquitoes. Justice for what was that movie called again? Jones Plantation. Justice for TT. Justice for TT. Justice. What was his name? All right, let me see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's go here real quick. Let me see. YouTube. Jones Plantation. That was a pretty funny movie, actually. Let me see if they have it. They don't got it. Oh well. Next time. But justice for the mosquitoes, all right? Justice for the mosquitoes. Oh, wait a second. The males live a perfect mosquito life. What? Mosquitoes don't have a neurological hardware to experience suffering or pain the way humans and other mammals do. I'm telling you, when I swat a mosquito and all the blood splatters out, that seems like it's a painful death, all right? I'm just saying. I don't know. It seems like a painful death. They have something called no nociception. This means if you swat at them, their tiny nervous system detects a negative physical stimulus and the reflexes make them fly away, but they lack the cerebral cortex. Did Gemini just call the mosquitoes stupid? Dang, that's harsh. That is harsh. Or any complex brain structure. Oh my God, they said mosquitoes have no brains. Required to translate the stimulus into emotional subjective experience we call suffering. The males live a perfect mosquito life. Does that mean that all male mosquitoes die naturally and a majority of female mosquitoes die a violent death? If you look at what actually happens to these specific mosquitoes, they are arguably living the best life a mosquito can live. Oh, these mosquitoes are living their best lives ever. The male ones, at least, right? They are raised in AI-controlled, climate-perfect environments with unlimited food supplies. They are released into the wild. They're successfully fulfilled their sole biological imperative, finding a female and mating. Imagine, better not say that about humans. They die of natural causes a week or two later, which is the normal natural lifespan of a male mosquito anyways. The lethal part of this project only affects the eggs because the genetic, oh my goodness, they are terminating a pregnancy. Okay, I got you. The lethal part of this project only affects the eggs because the genetic match is incompatible. The female egg simply failed to develop and never hatch. There is no violence or suffering involved. The cells don't stop dividing. The alternative is actually crueler. if you want to look at cruelty, getting feisty, aren't we, Gemini? Gemini's getting a little feisty with me, but it's fair, you know. You have to look at the alternative. Chemical pesticides. Standard mosquitoes control involve spraying neurotoxins into the air. Not only does this cause a brutal system-wide neurological shutdown for the mosquitoes, but it also it's completely indiscriminate. Chemical sprays kill bees, butterflies, ladybugs, and other beneficial insects, and they dump toxic runoffs into local water systems. By contrast, the Wabachia method is highly targeted biological birth control that only affects one specific dangerous species of mosquitoes while leaving the rest of the ecosystem completely untouched. All right. I just had to ask. I had to ask for my environmentalist friends, which I have none. But I had to ask for them. If I did have one, that would be the answer, right? So now we know that the 32 million mosquitoes being released in the state of Florida and California by Google is completely harmless to humans, to male mosquitoes. Shout out to the male mosquitoes who do not bite humans, and the female mosquitoes who kill millions of humans on an annual basis. It is safe for them too, just not for their terribly deceptive offspring that's going to kill us too. Right? What do you think about this? Are you in favor of Google releasing 32 million mosquitoes into the atmosphere, into Florida, into California? Male mosquitoes wiping out the deadly female mosquitoes. What do you think about that? Are you with it, or are you like, nah? Let those deadly mosquitoes kill us all. Invasion of the deadly mosquitoes. What are your thoughts? Drop me a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. TechCoachRalph.dev. Join us for our vibe coding shows. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to Resume Flow. Get access to the Tech Barbarians coaching portal. Get access to the Speak Precisely app over at TechCoachRalph.dev. All right. Let's go back over to the chat to see, what do you guys think? Are you guys with Google releasing these mosquitoes into the wild, or are you against it? Let me see. Birthing person, not female. You're so silly. They said the mosquitoes were bioengineered. Yes, they are bioengineered. Some other stuff been bioengineered too. Says they're practicing this on the mosquitoes first and then humans, tying the female tubes without their permission. So I know sometimes, Junior, you gotta weigh your options out there, right? We're gonna be chanting "Mosquitoes Lives Matter." Justice for mosquitoes. Justice for mosquitoes, all right? Same argument. There you go. There you go. It is what it is. It is what it is, all right? But from now on, justice for mosquitoes. That's my stance. I'm totally against this madness. I'm totally against the madness. That's how the apocalypse begins. They already mess with the mosquitoes. That's probably why they are so deadly. Now, possibly. I mean, all these viruses that end up happening, how did they come about? I heard they were messing with animals, and then the animals leave some type of lab or something like that, and then now we're having mass shutdowns. We have 2 weeks to stop the spread, and the spread keeps spreading. The spread keeps spreading. So we shall see. We shall see. All I know, I don't like to get bit by mosquitoes. That's what I can say. Although although it's justice for mosquitoes, I still don't want to get bit by mosquitoes. So balancing act. All right. All right. Let's go over and jump into our last working segment of today. I'm going to put up another 20 minutes on the clock.
It's time to
All right. So let's go ahead and while we're at break, I went ahead and I ran the prompt. So please check out the detailed walkthrough for full breakdown. All right. So let's go ahead and try the game, right? It should have made more realistic images. I don't know. But this was not it. This was not it. Let's go ahead and refresh. Did I have to restart the thing? Let me see. Let me go ahead and restart it just in case. Restart the app. All right, I'm gonna refresh over here. And let's say we do...
Let's count. Amazing. How many That's correct. Which shape looks like a dinosaur egg? Option 1. Oval. That's correct. Which shape has 3 corners, like a triceratops face shield?
So another
Brain.
issue...
How did you know?
Another issue is that all of the answer is always the first one, so that's a problem. It needs to randomize the answer. Let's go ahead into the dojo.
Welcome to the Dino Dojo. Select your Dino challenger. You chose T-Rex.
What the heck
Fight.
is this?
Go get them.
Oh my god. This is so bad. This is so bad. God. I can't even see the thing. Take a picture. Maybe anti-gravity is just not good for games. I don't know. This is like, but if you could build an operating system, how could you not build a game, right? I don't know. This is how the gameplay ended up looking. This is a how do you spell catastrophe? Catastrophe. I think that's how you spell catastrophe. Paste the image. Let's see what they're gonna say. I mean, if that's the case, I'd rather I don't know. I don't think any of them are good. I'm going to search the style for the background. I'm searching the reference. The thing is, it's not doing the graphics the right way. It should create like the dinosaurs as a PNG with a transparent background and then make them fight that way, but it's not doing that. But I could probably suggest to do that though. If we take an Ankylosaurus with a transparent back or whatever dinosaur with a transparent background. But I'm gonna have it fix the. I'm gonna also have it fix the. When you answer questions, it is always the first answer. We should mix up the questions and the position of the answers. We should also use AI. We can use an open AI API key to keep the questions dynamic. So the children don't always get the same questions over and over again. So then I'll probably have to get like an open API key, but just like static stuff, it gets you just start answering the same thing over and over and over again, and it just becomes a terrible experience, and that's not going to capture the attention of a child. Give me an open API key real quick. Let me see. I mean, I just don't think these. I don't think HTML is made for these type of games, so that's why I think it's struggling to do this. We're gonna have to put our open API key somewhere. Let's see where. I think I'm gonna ask it to fix the voice as well. So we'll do the voice with a fallback. So a couple of things to fix. Do the voice with a fallback for if you're not connected to the internet, use the local. Can we also do the OpenAI voice part with fallback to the current voice option if we aren't connected to the internet? Where would we you can click on the set. Oh, okay, cool. So that works. It can use the same open API key we would enter in the settings. That way, like if we, let's say we distribute this game, right? You can get your own OpenAI API key and then have it work that way. The voice is pretty bad right now on how it reads. So we would like to clean that up. Let's do that. While it's doing that, I'm going to stop this and start it over. And I'm going to go over here, refresh that.
That's correct. How did you figure that out? Option 1. I saw the picture of its tail club. Option 2. Which dinosaur has Amazing. How did you solve it? Is the T-Rex a meat eater? That's correct. How did you figure that out? Is the Ankylosaurus a... That's correct. How did you figure that? Which of these is not...
So let's go in here again, see how this looks.
Welcome to the Dino Dojo. Select your
That's
Dino
nice.
challenger,
I like
then
that.
tap Let's Fight. Fight. Go get them.
That's a little better. It's a little better. Still not great. Little better. It's more manageable. But it's not really... I don't know. I just think it's limited to what it can do, but I don't know. Let's see what this says. Premium OpenAI. When OpenAI is present, the AI settings page will narrate. It will fetch high-quality human-like voice synthesis using OpenAI's TTS-1 model and warm, child-friendly voice Nova. It sounds natural and engaging, limiting dry robotic speech. I think another issue that we're having, which I'll try that in a second, but let's go to... Oh yeah, so let's give it a try first. How much time we have left? All right, we have time. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Let me get me an open AI key. And let's close this. Let's refresh. Let me stop it. Oh, well, let me refresh. Let me stop it and refresh. Okay, let's refresh. AI settings. Enable dynamic questions. Yes. So let me go and get me an open AI key. Okay. Save changes. All right. So now if we go here.
Which dinosaur has a big round club on its tail? Amazing. How did you solve it? Which dinosaur has super tiny? That's okay. Which dinosaur has a big round club on? That's correct. How did you? Which dinosaur has super tiny arms and a loud roar?
Let's go to, let me try refresh. So it still has that in there.
Which dinosaur has super tiny arms and a loud roar? Option 1. T-Rex. Option 2. Amazing. How did you solve it? Option 1. Which dinosaur has
it's all right. So although I entered an open API key, open AI key, it is still, or maybe it didn't do it. Hold on, give me a second. Let me check one more thing. Maybe the key isn't working.
Which dinosaur has super tiny arms and a loud roar? Option 1. T-Rex. Option 2. Triceratops. Option 3. Ankylosaurus.
I see what's happening. It's not, I don't see a response though. So it's falling back because it's not getting a response. I didn't want to do this either. I shouldn't have did this. I didn't want to look at the Chrome developer tools, but I'm gonna say it is. It is not giving me the voice or the random questions. I think the request is failing. We should also be using GPT 5.4 though. We should also be using GPT 5.4 nano. And then one more thing is when I tried the app on Safari on an iPad, when I clicked on Dino Fact, okay. So it's killing the task that I was running so it can run it itself. So it can do some investigation on it. I clicked on Dino Fact. Okay. Let's see. All right, updated the documentation. local. And our custom server proxy is not running in the background, serving static. All right, so let's give it a try again. AI settings, we got that. And we go here.
Which dinosaur has a big
Still the
round
same
club
thing.
on its super brain? How did you know the answer? Which dinosaur has super tiny arms and a loud... Amazing. How did you solve it? Option 1.
I still hear the same voice and seeing the same questions. Let's see what it says now. I mean, I could do it myself if that's the case. Okay, let's try it again.
I'm Dexter the Dino Tutor. Pick a button below to
Let me try
play
to
and
stop it
learn.
myself.
Get 3 stars to open the dojo ticket for a dino play fight. I'm Dexter the Dino Tutor. Pick a button below to play and learn. Get 3 stars to open the dojo ticket for a dino play fight.
I will say listening, or let me try the questions first though.
Which dinosaur has a
Same
big round
thing,
club
it's-
on its tail? Option 1. Ankylosaurus. Option 2. T-Rex. Option 3. Pterodactyl.
It's not working. Nothing. It's the same. Questions and voice. Open AI changes aren't being generated. So now it's telling us to open the browser console, so I'll do that now. Console. Let me see.
Which dinosaur has a big round club on its tail? Option 1. Ankylosaurus. Option 2. T-Rex.
That doesn't
Option
make any
3.
sense.
Pterodactyl.
This is. Okay. See if we can finish this real quick. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, let's give it a try real quick, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Which dinosaur has super tiny arms and a loud roar? Option 1, Triceratops. Option 2, T-Rex. Option 3, Ankylosaurus.
Now we're getting a 404 and a 401. Maybe my API key isn't good. Okay, let me try one more time, and then we're gonna wrap it up then, if that's the case.
What did the Triceratops use to eat? Option 1, what did the
Ooh.
Triceratops use to eat? Option 3,
Option
rocks.
Hold
What
up,
did the
let's try that again.
Triceratops use to eat? Option 1, ice. Option 2, leaves. Option 3, rocks.
That sounds better.
Which pile has more? Option 1, fewer dots. Option 2, more
Let's
dots.
count.
Option
How
3,
many
dinosaurs are there? 1 to
same.
3.
Voice is kind of iffy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I think we're good for today. Cool little experiment. Antigravity. I think it's a little bit overhyped how Google is selling it, but if you're building normal applications, totally good. Probably not good for what I was looking to do, but for the most part, not too bad. Not the best, but not too bad. Able to get us some success in what we're doing. Anyhow, let's go ahead and go over to our last break of today as we wrap it up. Let's go to this one.
A new drama is pushing the boundaries of storytelling and creativity. Dreams of Violets is the first movie created entirely by artificial intelligence to debut at the Tribeca Film Festival. It's a fictional drama about 5 strangers who witnessed something very real, the massacre of Iranian civilians back in January. Here's a preview. Joining me now is Ash Kusha, who's the director and producer of the film. Thank you for being here. What was produced by artificial intelligence and what was produced by human intelligence?
Well, thanks for having me. The writing of the script, the ideation, the blocking, and I would say the entire creative force to make decisions to put footage, the end footage, and edited, and as well as the sound and music is human made. What you see on the picture, the end rendering of the footage is made using AI models. So the imagery mostly is, I would say, the AI component. And the reason for that is very obvious, is because it's very hard to make this kind of movie about such a delicate subject.
Can you go further into that?
In such a short time.
Why not make this with a real crew, with real actors?
Yeah, so there are a couple of notes about that. I had to sit and watch and research around 3,000 images and footages of the actual events, the eyewitness accounts. And in order to create a collage of these locations, it would just take months to even prepare the locations, have a large budget to allocate the props and the people and the locations. And I think speed here mattered for me. It was.
I'm sorry, sir, but that was not the question she asked. She asked, why did you not use human people instead of AI? The answer is because it would be too damn expensive and it would take too damn long. That is your answer, sir. I know you're trying to be all proper with your answer, but that's the answer. It would take too long. It would take too long to use humans and cost way too much to use humans. Henceforth, he used AI to create his movie, and I'm not against it. If the movie is good and people like it, then more power to you, sir.
My choice, simply because this is a very personal story. It needs to be told very quickly, right? It's a very poetic, impulsive piece of work. So I think I thought for a moment that there's no way for me, not being a professional filmmaker as well, to go get millions of dollars to make this film. So it was just impossible. For me, this is the category of film that is just impossible,
And
considering what the subject matters.
It only cost you $2,000 to make.
Why is she being like, is she being rude? Like, it's like she's cutting him off. Like, is this an interview or I don't know?
Right. And it's my understanding that this wasn't your day job. You have a different day job. How'd you do it?
Yeah, so I had to basically make blocks of times where I put things to either render, to generate, and then just use my time after work. And that's why it took 2 months. I would have done this in 3 weeks if it wasn't for my main job. Yeah.
So in a statement to CBS News, Tribeca Film Festival co-founder Jane Rosenthal says, quote, "What moved us was not just the technological achievement, but the emotional immediacy and urgency of the story itself." I mean, it does look, Ash, very different from a lot of the AI that we see. It does look very realistic. But what do you say to critics of AI who say that this is a slippery slope, who say there are still costs like water and energy, knowing you want to continue making films like this?
Get out of here.
They're right. There are a lot of questions around AI, and I think one of them is the cost. And I think it's been well promoted to use AI a lot more than it should be, in my view. And I kind of proved it to myself, first of all, that $2,000 was enough to make the right decisions to generate the videos and the images. And I think the reason for
why they got this random guy answering like he's not a filmmaker. He's trying to tell like a semi-personal story. And you're asking him about what are you telling critics of AI about water and usage and electrical, like if someone better ask me that question. We're like, okay, I tell him nothing. I tell him about my business. I'm working. Leave me alone. Like that is a terrible interview question for some random AI filmmaker guy.
Is that the work done before and after the film are more important, and that is.
He's like, the work done is way more important than your little water and energy question. Get out of here.
To me, the methodology, systems, tools, and ways of dealing with the final generation that makes these new forms of movies and content. And I think we need to educate people about that, because that is the stem and the seed of the future jobs.
So I heard you in a different interview saying, like, for example, the lighting guy, instead of physically putting the lights together on a set, would be a consultant and working on how to light the AI image we're seeing. Is that what you see as the evolution of this industry?
Think about light, sound, think about the music, think about all these things that need creative choices, right? At the end of the day, I have a background in making stuff incredibly fast. Before AI, I was making like 10 albums a month or something. I'm just acquainted with technology, but I think there are a lot of people in cinema, in music, in art that are creative enough to learn these new tools and then come into these new teams and just take on the responsibility and operate these models. And I think these models respond a lot better when somebody who knows the craft, who knows the creative work, as opposed to just anyone, any consumer that would pick up these tools, right? Because they wouldn't.
And I said that earlier today. The subject matter experts are like, if they would actually embrace the tool set that is being provided to them, they can go so much faster, so much more efficient. And the whole thing about the energy usage and stuff like that, well, building something with AI, yeah, it takes energy, but also having all these people in a place, having like, you know, the lighting and just shutting down a whole city block. to record a movie and stuff like that. That takes a lot of energy too. That disrupts his AI. His AI movie did not disrupt any person's personal affairs or lives, because he just sat up on his computer, generating movie scenes, stitching them together. So I don't buy that whole thing.
Didn't know where to be.
There's a lot of energy that's used for whatever it is that you're doing. There's going to be energy that's used. Whether you're on a movie set, the power, the electricity that's being pulled to power that movie set. What?
Begin.
Did you hire any of them for this project?
Hell no.
Not for this project, as it's sensitive, and I was really learning.
Man, stop with this sensitive feel good answer. Like, just say no. I'm just a regular guy who has a day job, and I wanted to make a movie. Like that's what the answer is. Like
learning about this stuff, so it happened over 2 months. But now I'm in the middle of the second project where I'm actually getting real people. I'm licensing voices. I'm licensing faces. Because in a fictional setting, now you can actually give people the opportunity to have a share of the profit of the film for the work that they do. I think it's a good opportunity for a reset. And I'm not very pro AI in general. I've worked in the AI research for 10 years, but I'm not necessarily the most like vocal advocate for AI the way it is.
But yeah, you build a whole and this is like the waffling and playing both sides. I'm not for AI, but I just built a whole AI movie and that's going to be released, and then you're like, oh, because it's sensitive to me and all this.
I think this is the beginning of finding the better solutions for usability of AI and the utility.
Well, Ash Kusha, thank you for your time.
Yeah, she was not buying his answers, and neither am I. He's right in his analysis and his assessment, but the way that he's answering the questions, so he can get so they can accept them. Look, no one's like, there's gonna be people who's gonna accept your AI movie and people who aren't gonna accept your AI movie. The way that it is though, if the work is good and people like it, then they like it. If it sucks, then it sucks. So I don't think all that other stuff you're talking about matters at all. To me, it doesn't matter. I think if it's good, it's good. If it sucks, it sucks. That's the end of the day. But as like, oh, because of this, I didn't want to pay. Like, I wanted to get it done fast. I didn't want to pay a bunch of money. It cost me $2,000. My token credits. I wonder, where can we see that movie though? Let me see. What is it called again? Dreams of Violet. Let's see if it's available anywhere. Maybe it's probably. What do you think about AI movies on Tubi? That's probably where most of them are gonna land, right? Dreams of Violet. Let me see, 2026. Where can I watch this movie? Where can I watch this movie? Looking over here. Where can I find Dreams of Violet? A 2000 will make his Tribeca 3 days ago. So that's the day. So you can't watch it yet? Let me see. Release, all right, June 10th, 2026. All right, here's what we're gonna do, right? We are gonna do we're gonna watch this in the Discord. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna do a watch party in the Discord to see how good or how bad it is. The first fully AI movie that is out there. I'm curious to see how it is. There's no trailer or anything like that. No, nothing. All right, well, it is what it is. We'll watch it in the Discord together. We'll see. We'll assess it for ourselves. How did the first AI movie do? Is it a failure or is it a success? We'll do June. When is June 10th? Let me see calendar. Maybe Vibe Code and Chill. We'll watch Dreams of Violet. Let me see. June 10th is a Wednesday. So maybe on the 13th. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. I will keep you posted, right? Anyways, let's wrap up the show. Let us wrap up the show. Let me check the chat one last time, and then we get actually out. We'll get out of here, right? So Junior says, great show as usual. Thank you so much, Junior.
I appreciate you.
And says the delay in the communication, so she has to start early to essentially cut him off because I guess he'll keep going on and on. He's pandering like Bernie Sanders. Oh my God. Rod Brown says, I would actually watch this. We're gonna have a watch party. We're gonna have a watch party for Dreams of Violet, the first fully generated AI movie, which cost $2,000. Imagine if this $2,000 movie made $1 billion. That would be like the biggest gap ever. Right? And Junior says, it's probably basura, garbage in Spanish.
How dare you?
That is not nice, Junior. That is not nice whatsoever. He spent $2,000, all right? He spent $2,000. So put some respect on his $2,000 AI generated movie, all right? Hey. But that is it. Don't doubt it. Rod Brown, you too.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
All right? You guys are so wrong for that. Not giving them the benefit of the doubt. It might be a great movie, or it might be a great movie, all right? But at the end of the day, justice for mosquitoes, okay? Justice for mosquitoes. Your pronunciation was impeccable. I try. All right, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here. It's Sunday, May 31st, the last day of May. Might as well be in 2027 already. We are out. Do me a favor on your way out. If you haven't done so already, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content, as well as techwitchup.dev. Join us for Vibe Coding Show. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to Tech Barbarians coaching portal, Resume Flow, Speak Precisely app over at techwitchup.dev. Remember, tomorrow we do have our candid conversations. We're going to be talking about taxing AI from our dear friend, Senator Elizabeth Warren. And maybe Senator Bernie Sanders might do a cameo as well. All right. Rod Brown says, great show. Thank you so much, Rod Brown. But on that note, friends, family, Tickle Trough, we are out.
Yeah, long day. Put the car in drive. We left it all out there on the mat. Mind is callous. Check the ego at the door. Tomorrow we take more souls. Let's ride. Riding down the highway, streetlights passing by. Had to empty out the mind, looking at the dark sky. Clear it out. I own every failure, extreme ownership is real. Walking with integrity, I govern how I feel. When the situation crumbles, I just look and tell them good. The way is in the training, put the blood upon the wood. Every day, callous up the mind, pushing through the heavy grind. Took another soul today, left the weakness far behind. I'm chilling in the lane, got the cruise control set. I gave it everything I had, I'm leaving no regret. Riding on the late night, shadows on the dash. Leave the noise behind you, let the heavy moments pass. Discipline is freedom, yeah, we never lose the flame. Resting for tomorrow just to dominate the game. 5 rings in the mind, keeping everything alive. Keep it alive. Keep it alive. Yeah. Look into the mirror of accountability. Cultivating judgment and my capability. I learned from all professions, broaden up the whole view. I'm carrying the boats, cause ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Nobody. I measure up the day, distinguish the gain and loss. Did I really make a profit, or did I pay the cost? See the unseen in the shadows of the night. Pay attention to the trifles, gotta get the details right. Every detail. I don't listen to the inner voice telling me to quit. I embrace the heavy suck, yeah, I never will submit. I'm riding to the house, but I'm staying hyper aware. Yeah. I pull up to the driveway, I cut the engine off. The world is getting weaker, but I'm never going soft. Stay hard. I did nothing useless, I cut away the waste. Cut it. Calculated every step, moving at a steady pace. From the water to the fire, the earth, the wind, the void. Built an iron mind, I can never be destroyed. I'm getting after it, pushing past the breaking wheel. Now I lay the body down and let the heavy muscles heal. Tomorrow's sun is rising, the alarm is gonna sound.
I'm coming back with steel, yeah, I'm holding down the ground. Riding on the late night, shadows on the dash. Leave the noise behind you, let the heavy moments pass. Discipline is freedom, yeah, we never lose the flame. Resting for tomorrow just to dominate the game. Fire rings in the mind,
keeping everything alive. Rest of mind. Reflect on the principles.
stay hard.
We out.